Hello, welcome to day 33 of our second session this year, Going Deeper. My name is Julia, and I'm so happy to be joining you for today's session. We will be foot soaking today, so if you haven't done so already, please prepare your foot soak bucket with salt and water, and then we'll get started after we introduce everyone. So if you are new or missed a class, we are happy for you to join us, and we have recordings of previous sessions, so you can watch those. And we, of course, always have one-on-one help after a class in our breakout rooms. So we have lots of resources for you today to catch up, but don't worry, you can always just enjoy with us this evening, and we can get you sorted with a mentor, or if you want to change your mentor, just let us know. So for today, our topic is remembering Shri Mataji on her birthday. So Shri Mataji, the founder of this meditation, was actually born today in 1923. So today's program, we're going to go into a little bit about her life, and then enjoy a foot soak together, listen to one of her speeches, and then, of course, continue our meditation with music. And at the end, we'll have a bit of presenter sharing about their experiences with Shri Mataji. So if I can request our other presenters to join me now. We can have Chris and Heidi and Abhishek. Great. Nice to see you all. And so maybe now that I have everyone here, I can have you introduce yourself, and then I can share a little bit about myself. So Heidi, maybe you can get started.
Hi, I'm actually a neighbor of Julia Abhishek's, not too far away in Seattle. So we have the wonderful time of meditating together. My job with 21 Days is I'm on the team that helps assign mentors, which is very special to my heart because when I started Sahaja Yoga, I was not near any other yogis, people who practice Sahaja Yoga. I was in Florida, and the closest that I knew was in New York. So fortunately, I had a sister who sent me information and videos. And so I feel like helping connect people with mentors, people who can send you messages, answer questions, whatever, is very special because it's wonderful. This program is reaching people in all places. So it's really exciting. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's so true. We couldn't have done it without you. So we're grateful for all your effort. Chris, maybe you can share a little bit about your background too.
Yeah, I'm Chris. I live in North Carolina. I'm originally from the UK, and I had my self-realization in the UK and moved to New York in about 1995, and then lived in Los Angeles, and now I'm in South Carolina. Now I'm in North Carolina. So that's really nice to be here, and I look forward to listening and sharing a story later on.
Yeah, we're excited to hear. It sounds like you've been all over, so you have lots of experiences to share with us. And Abhishek, to my side.
Hello, everyone. It's nice to be back. My name is Abhishek from Seattle, and I'm going to be doing some music during our meditation, hoping it'll allow us to go deeper and have a better connection with our spirit.
And then I'm Julia, also from Seattle. So we have a Pacific Northwest contingent today, and we might have a few others who pop by later in the program just to share a little bit more about their experiences with Sahaja Yoga meditation, maybe some experiences with Shri Mataji. So we have a really nice program for you today, and we hope you enjoy. So now let's get started, and I can share a little bit to commemorate about Shri Mataji before we continue with our foot soak. So as most of you have heard through this 21-day program, Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi was the founder of this meditation, and she really spent her life trying to help humanity by establishing this connection with our spirit. So when she was a little girl in India, she had a really deep connection with spirituality. And as she was a child, she was actually, she went to Mahatma Gandhi's ashram and was known by Mahatma Gandhi as someone who's very wise. And throughout her life, as she devoted her time, her energy, whether it was freedom fighting for India's independence or raising her family or going deeper into this connection, she really was seeking this this enlightenment or this connection to our spirit. And as she experienced this connection that was really not available so easily to many, she really felt that it was her calling to make it accessible for everyone. And so for more than 40 years of her life, she traveled to share this knowledge of this self-realization, of this ability to get into the state of silence, into this state of thoughtless awareness where we achieve that higher connection. And now Sahaja Yoga is practiced in more than 90 countries throughout the world. There's free programs available to everyone. And, you know, as a teacher, she really was very loving and like a mother. So we'll have lots more stories to share. But I think what would be really nice right now is we could share a bit of a song that we have by Victor Vartuni, and it shows some images of Shri Mataji's life. So I think let's watch that for a bit before we start our foot soak, and we hope that you enjoy.
On the 21st of March 1923, a baby girl was born in a Christian family. Her mother had spared a tiger in the wild, for she knew she bore a special child. The day came for her to take her birth, and all the angels gathered round the earth. The sun shone bright and the moon that night was radiant in the babe's pure light. Shri Nirmala, mother of the one whom all true prophets declared would come, clothed with the sun and the moon at her feet, she gives the love and the light we seek. She grew up with wisdom's might. She marched for freedom, the people's right. She defied injustice, even torture bore. She came down to end all war. On the 5th day of May 1970, on Argol beach under a sorrow tree, a primordial furnace swirled through her brain. Grace cascaded like torrential rain. Shri Nirmala, mother of the one whom all true prophets declared would come, clothed with the sun and the moon at her feet, she gives the love and the light we seek. She knew the time had come for her to show how love can heal the earth, to comfort and redeem the children of the light. From her hands flowed the breath of life. traveled the world, the skies and seas. There isn't a people she didn't meet. She bowed to the seekers, even called them by name. One by one they rose like tongues of flame. Shri Nirmala, mother of the one, whom all true seekers yearned would come, clothed with the sun and the moon at her feet. She gives the love and the light we seek. Now it's up to us to live in love. No more distinctions of color or caste. Our mother gave birth to a world family, and the world in us must our mother see. Shri Nirmala, mother of the one, whom all true prophets declared would come, clothed with the sun and the moon at her feet. She gives the love and the light we seek.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that beautiful song, and it's really amazing to see a life through photos, just to give a bit more context. So let's start with our foot soak, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do a guided meditation through the center channel, and we'll do it along with music. So both the first session and the second meditation will have the music. So we hope you enjoy. And if you are ready, we can start. Again, if you haven't had a chance to make your foot soak, this is the time. So let's begin. So we can all become comfortable, and let's close our eyes. And we'll bring our hands open onto our lap. And let's take a few slow, deep breaths, allowing ourselves to become relaxed. Allowing all the pressures of the day to go away. And allowing the joy of our spirit to shine through any of the stresses or pressures. So let's begin by raising our Kundalini together, and we'll give ourselves a bandhan. And now let's give the water a bandhan also by rotating our hand in a clockwise circular motion. And we're directing this energy, this love, to the water so that it can absorb any imbalances that we've acquired throughout the day. Great. So let's put our feet in the water. And we'll continue our meditation by placing both hands towards the earth or on the earth. Giving ourselves permission to allow anything that's bothering us to stay away. This is the time for our meditation. So let's choose to enjoy the silence of our spirit. So as we relax our breath, we ask the earth element and the water of our foot soak to absorb all excess heat or any imbalances keeping us from our meditation. The first energy center, the Mooladhara, is connected to the earth. It's really a powerful connection. So to help cleanse this first energy center, we ask the Kundalini to please nourish, strengthen our own innocence and wisdom. To help us feel completely connected and part of the whole. So let's continue to meditate on this first energy center as we listen to a prayer to help nourish and awaken the energy of the Mooladhara chakra.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Mangalamurati Nirmala Nandana. Mangalamurati Nirmala Nandana. Sakala Amangala Mooladhara Mangalamurati He Shivanandana. Sakala Mangala Mooladhara Mangalamurati Nirmala Nandana. Sakala Amangala Mooladhara.
We can bring our hands back onto our lap with the palm facing upwards. Again, allowing our shoulders to relax, our stomachs to relax. Any tension that we might be carrying, we ask the foot soak to absorb it so that we can feel light, joyful, free. Let's bring our right hand on the second energy center, known as the Swadhisthana. And as the Kundalini energy awakens and rises within us, we ask that she nourish and strengthen this second energy center. This energy center gets tired when we're always keeping our attention outward. when we're planning what we have to do, when we're learning new skills, it's easy for this center to become depleted. So let's ask together silently inside. Mother Energy, please nourish our Swadhisthana. Please give us the pure knowledge of our spirit and allow any tiredness or overactivity to go away. Please strengthen our attention so that we can have an infinite amount of energy, so that we can become creative and wise, so that we know what is truth, what is reality. So as we meditate on nourishing this energy center, Abhishek will now play a song to help strengthen that connection.
Ya kundendu तुषार हार धवला या शुभ्र वस्त्रावृता या वीणा वरदंड मंडित करा या श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शंकर प्रभृतिभिः देवै सदा वन्दुता सामान पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेष जाड्यापहा या कुंडेन्दु तुषार हार धवला या शुभ्र वस्त्रावृता या वीणा वरदंड मंडित करा या श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शंकर प्रभृतिभिः देवै सदा वन्दुता सामान पातु सरस्वती भगवती निशेष जाड्यापहा निशेष जाड्यापहा
Feeling that peace, that stillness inside. Let's continue to meditate and raise our attention to the third energy center at our stomach. We can either place our hand on this energy center, the Nabhi chakra, or we can give it a bandhan, like we did our foot soak, that circular motion, nourishing the center with this energy, with this love. So as the music helps to allow us to go deeper in the silence, this Kundalini also automatically rises to bring us back into balance. So here inside, let's have the desire that Mother Kundalini, please enlighten our third energy center and allow us to feel that complete peace inside, that stillness. We can shake off our hand to the water if we want and bring our hand back onto our lap. And again, take another few slow, deep breaths, relaxing the stomach and feeling even more settled inside. Allowing our attention to rise beyond the top of our head and feeling that connection to that peace, infinite peace of our spirit.
Shri Cheteshwari Shri Cheteshwari Shri Cheteshwari Raj Lakshmi Ma Sarva Tap Harini Himalaya Shri Cheteshwari Raj Lakshmi Ma Ati Kriya Shathilya Chandrama 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 चंद्रमा अतिक्रिया शैथिल्या चंद्रमा चित्तवृत्ति निरोधदायिनी निर्मलमा श्री चित्तेश्वरी राजलक्ष्मी श्री चित्तेश्वरी राजलक्ष्मी
Let's take a few more moments to feel that complete sense of well-being. And if anything's disturbing us, let's recognize it and then ask the foot soak to take it away. Because I am completely settled in the silence of my spirit. We stay in meditation. We'll end our foot soak. We can rinse our feet and dry off our feet. We can keep our foot soak to the side for now, and we will enjoy a speech that Shri Mataji gave, and we'll stay in meditation as we watch.
Now, how will you create a sensible society? Only way is to get out of it. Just get out of it. All these nonsensical things are there, but you have to just somehow or other get out of it, and it's only possible through your awakening, through your realization. Otherwise, there's no way out. But once the Americans get out of it, I can tell you, they are the best people. I trust them more than anybody else. But they have to get out of it, very difficult. To get them to the program and make them sit throughout the lecture is also difficult. Now, how many have gone out? You see, I didn't count. But this is not done anywhere else except in America. Because they have freedom. Here the freedom is there for everything. A rich man, I went to his house. He carried me in his car. And he had the handle in a funny way. And he told me, if you have to open the handle, you have to turn it this way. But I said, why? Oh, it's my individual invention. I've done it. But anybody who doesn't know how to get out of his car will die. if something happens to him. We got into his house, he told me, this is my bathroom. But don't put on this switch, otherwise you'll just jump into the swimming pool. I said, my God, what is this supposed to be? Oh, that's my invention. I said, you give me some ordinary bathroom. I don't want all this nonsense. Then he had a bed, you can press one button, your legs will go up, your head will come up. I said, I don't know which button to press, they are very thin buttons. You just have to touch. I said, I'm not going to touch. I'll sleep on the ground. What sort of a thing is this? Nonsense. Nothing is going to happen to me if I sleep on the ground. But supposing I touch something, suddenly I'm fine. And this is how they have spent their money in their freed. That's what they have done. Now, remaining money must have gone to these false gurus. I don't know. But false gurus are also very rich people. And some of them had so many of Rolls Royces and this kind of that. Brainless, useless people they were. I tell you, most of them. But it happened. I don't know what impressed them. Anybody from India, if he's released from a jail, he has no place in the society things. He wears those orange dresses and comes straight to America. Settles in some square or somewhere, and next year you see he has a big palace of his own. Whom are you helping? You have to help yourself. I am a mother. I always ask them, what did your guru do for you? Better look after yourself. Better know yourself. So thus you get your self-knowledge. And also, in the another dimension of your awareness, you develop collective consciousness. Collective consciousness is that you can feel others also on your fingertips. Now we have our Sahajogis in 55 nations. You must see when they meet. They have transcended all barriers of their countries, races, everything. Such love and such affection, such oneness. It's like one organism they were. If somebody is sick somewhere, the whole body, like the body of Sahaja Yoga, worried about them. They'll write to me, telephone to me, Mother, please look after that person, he's sick. So many relationships of this kind I have seen. We have always used, as I said, the power of hatred. But this power of love, which is pure love, absolutely pure, you'll be surprised. There are people who are very beautiful, handsome, all kinds of things are there. But I have never seen anybody flirting. They don't flirt. I have not seen them, any man running away with somebody's wife. I mean, you come home and find your wife has gone away with somebody else. It's never like that. This idea doesn't come into their head. Because their attention has become pure. Attention has become innocent. It is without any lust and greed. It's such a beautiful thing to happen that your attention also becomes extremely active. After some time, you just pay attention to someone and you are in communication with that person. Immediately, if he's sick, if he's in trouble, he's safe. It's so miraculous. And the government of God is so efficient, so quick. It is really worth knowing yourself because you are fantastic. You are extremely beautiful inside. You are so extraordinary that you do not know, you cannot be aware of it. Unless and until you are connected to the mains, you don't know what you are. It's like this, if you take a small television box to in some remote place in a village, they'll say, what is this box? Say, oh, you'll see lots of films in it. They'll say, how can we believe this is a box? That is how we think about ourselves, we are a box only. But once this box is connected to the mains, you see what this box is. Because it is all built in it. Like you take one seed and sprout it in the Mother Earth. You don't do anything. What do you do? Nothing. Because in the seed it is built in that it should sprout, and the Mother Earth also has quality to sprout. It's spontaneous surge. That explains everything. This happens sahaj. You cannot manipulate it or do anything about it. Just works out effortlessly, absolutely beautiful. And this happening is so simple and so easy that you will be amazed how you get it.
Let's continue to sit in silent meditation for a few more moments, allowing Shri Mataji's words and advice to sink in, and for us to feel this coolness, these vibrations flowing more and more. Let's bring our right hand onto our heart. Mother Kundalini, we let go of any fear, any worries. Please strengthen and nourish our heart. Help us to feel the joy bubbling in our heart. Surround us in your power of love so that we are completely secure and confident in ourselves. Bringing our hand back onto our lap, let us meditate on this strength inside that we have through this state of meditation.
मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कार चेतानि नाहम् मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कार चेतानि नाहम् न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायु चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुर्न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोशः न वाक्पाणिपादौ न चोपस्थपायु चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्.
Let's bring our right hand to our forehead. We can bend our head so that it's resting a little bit into our hand. Mother, I forgive myself. I forgive anyone who has done me wrong. I forgive all thoughts that tried to disturb me. I am silence. I am peace. I am my spirit.
अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते अहर्निशं मया दासोऽय इति मामत्व क्षमस्व परमेश्वरी अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते अहर्निशं मया दासोऽय इति मामत्व क्षमस्व परमेश्वरी आवाहनं न जानामि तवार्चनम् पूजां चैव न जानामि क्षम्यतां परमेश्वरी मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं सुरेश्वरी यत्पूजितं मया देवी परिपूर्णतदस्तु मे यत्पूजितं मया देवी परिपूर्णतदस्तु मे
already connected through our self-realization to this all-pervading power. So let's desire that more and more strands of the Kundalini rise so that we can feel that connection more and more. Let's bring our attention to the Sahasrara, the seventh energy center at the top of our head. And with our right hand, let's massage this energy center, asking Mother Kundalini to please open this connection even more. Please take us beyond our emotions, beyond our thoughts, beyond any conditionings, and allow us to touch on that higher power, that higher state, where we're connected in the state of thoughtless awareness, in the state of meditation. Let's bring our hand up a few inches and see if we can feel the energy flowing. It's an experiment. Let's just see what we feel. Keeping our attention at this spot above the top of our head, let's stay in meditation as we bring our hand back onto our lap and as we listen to one more song.
हृदयं समर्पयामि हृदयं समर्पयामि प्राणं समर्पयामि तव पाद पद्मे माता सर्वं समर्पयामि हृदयं समर्पयामि प्राणं समर्पयामि आद्यं समर्पयामि अन्त्यं समर्पयामि तव पाद पद्मे माता सर्वं समर्पयामि माता निर्मला अकुला भवानी माता निर्मला नित्या निर्लेपा माता निर्मला निस्तूला नीलचिकुरा माता निर्मला निर्नाशा निरत्यया माता निर्मला विष्णुग्रन्थिविभेदिनी देवकार्यसमुद्यता विश्वग्रासा पराशक्ति पावनाकृति चन्द्रनिभा पुष्टिरविप्रख्या चित्शक्ति विमला विलासिनी वरदा विजया वन्दारुजनवत्सला सहज योगदायिनी माता निर्मला माता निर्मला श्री माता निर्मला माता निर्मला श्री माता निर्मला माता निर्मला श्री माता निर्मला.
As we continue to enjoy this silence, let's bring our hands in front of our heart. And we can just take a moment to silently inside express our gratitude for anything that we're thankful for. So as we finish for our meditation for this session, we can again collectively raise our Kundalini and give ourselves a bandhan. And if you're new and haven't experienced this, just follow along, or we can ask to teach you more in the breakout rooms afterwards. So let's raise our Kundalini and give ourselves a bandhan. Okay, wonderful. Thank you for meditating with us. We really enjoyed meditating with you. And hopefully some of you were able to feel that deeper state of connection and that silence inside. The music was lovely, so we'll say thank you to Abhishek too. So before we bring the rest of the presenters on to share some of their experiences, let's go over our program and resources. So for this upcoming Sunday, we have a wonderful session on respecting your self-realization. So we hope you can join us. And of course, for the course schedule, we'll continue this 21-day session of going deeper every Sunday, Tuesday and Thursday, I believe. And if you're able to join the collective foot soak sessions, those are at 8:45 New York or Eastern time. And that's the supplement on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So either of those, if you can join us, that would be great. Will you go back to the slide for me? And then for our program resources, feel free to check out our QR code so that you can get all of the session links and recordings. You can request a mentor, of course, by filling out the form, and then join our community on WhatsApp so that you can have really inspiring messages or reminders. So there's lots of resources, lots available. So please use the program resources as you see fit. We also have breakout rooms. So if you feel free to ask your personal questions by writing breakout room help in the chat, or you can write chat Q&A. And we'll pair you with a Sahaja Yoga teacher in our breakout room so you can have more one-on-one attention. And anyone who would like to stay in the main room today, we have a bunch of really lovely presenters to talk about their experiences with Sahaja Yoga and also, of course, with Shri Mataji. So I'd like to welcome Chris and Heidi, and if we have any others who would like to join, and we can just have a lovely chat for those who are interested in staying with us. Hi, everyone. Do we also have Linda? Nice surprise. We have Linda and Mark and Wendy. Okay, we have a great session today. So let's say hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
So this is pretty cool. We have a lot of great experiences, I think, to share with everyone. So I'm going to put you all on the spot. And maybe, Chris, we can start with you. Maybe you can say how long you've been in Sahaja Yoga, and then also share any experience maybe with Shri Mataji or any interesting story that you've heard that might be of inspiration to everyone.
Yes, okay. I got my realization in 1990. So I don't know, work it out.
A lifetime.
And in the UK, and I remember when I was very new to Sahaja Yoga, a new Sahaja Yogi, I heard that Shri Mataji was coming to the UK. She was flying into Heathrow Airport, and we could all go and meet her. And that was a very nice experience for early. And it was interesting because all the yogis who went to the airport all had a flower to offer to Shri Mataji. And she would take a flower from everybody. And so, and she would say, she would greet everyone. And when I went, it was the first time, you know, I was very new, and she said, "Hello, how are you?" And I just felt that I was with someone who knew me really well. And so another experience, I think I should go back to the airports. Shri Mataji was arriving in New York, and we went to meet her in New York. And I remember it really well, this particular time. I remember my wife, Christine, saying, "Oh, there's Shri Mataji." And it was just the look on her face. when she saw her. But so generally that would be that, you know, and a few people in Shri Mataji would go off and we'd see her again when she did a public program. But one of the leaders from France who was coordinating things said, "Oh, can you give me a ride to where Shri Mataji is staying?" She was staying at one of her granddaughter's apartments. And so I said, sure, you know. So just as we arrived and he was giving me directions, I remember sort of going to park and putting my foot on the brake. And as I do when you put your foot on the brake, you look in the rear view mirror, you know. And Shri Mataji's car just pulled up behind. So I thought, oh, I should get out and help, you know. It was rather nice there with Shri Mataji. And a couple of people got out of the car, and someone was carrying all the flowers that had been given to Shri Mataji. And he looked at me and said, can you hold these? Can you hang on to these? And I said, well, sure. So I had this armful of all these flowers that had been given to Shri Mataji, and she'd been holding them. So I'm holding them to my chest. I could feel it in my heart. And then they said, okay, so we're going off to the apartment. So I would go along because I'm carrying the flowers. So we arrived, you know, sort of at the building. I think Linda remembers where it was in New York. And so we're going there. And of course, we arrive at the doorway and we're about to get into an elevator. And so I'll just quickly tell you a story about when I was younger. I'd got stuck in an elevator in a small apartment complex I was living at night, and it just stopped before you got to the top. And I'd actually managed to pull the doors open, 2 metal doors, and I could see the floor was at head level. And it was kind of a bit of a frightening experience. And I managed to shout through and get someone's attention, and they got me out anyway. The fire brigade had to do it. But ever since that time, I never felt comfortable in elevators. I could feel it in my heart, just like, oh my God, what if the same thing happens again, you know? And it was just there. So the elevator's there, and Shri Mataji's there, and Shri Mataji walks in, and one of the yogis, I remember his name was Dave Dunphy, and myself, and maybe one of the yogis. So I'm standing on Shri Mataji's left in this elevator, holding all these flowers to my heart. And, you know, generally if elevators did funny things, I'd just say, okay, I've had enough. I'm going to take the stairs, you know. So we hit the elevator. We were supposed to be going up, but the elevator goes down. So to sort of like the car park level. And so we get down there, and there are these people who get quite annoyed because they thought we must be getting out so that they could get in. So a couple of very sort of irritated people get in with us, and we go back up to the next floor. Well, we're supposed to be going up to the apartment, and but when we get back to where we started, the doors open again, and she starts to walk out. She has a very good sense of humor, and she was just joking. And so anyway, we got back in again, and then we went back in. So this elevator did all these things that I would have hated, but I'm here. I'm standing right next to Shri Mataji, holding all the flowers to my heart. I could have gone up and down in that elevator all day. I never wanted to leave. Anyway, it really worked something out. Mm. So if I think about it, it's amazing how Shri Mataji, there were so many Sahaja Yogis, but nearly everyone got a chance to spend some time with her. It was magical. And it was generally to help somebody with something. It was as if she knew. Better help Chris with his center heart problem in elevators. This should sort it out. You know. Anyway, that's my story.
So lovely. I mean, I can imagine the fragrance of the flowers and that feeling of protection inside, and it's sort of a bit of a game, right? Like, are you going up? Are you going down?
Yeah.
That's really, really sweet. And so now, no problem with elevators, huh?
A lot better. I just try to remember how
Yeah.
that felt.
Yeah.
Because it's like you could just go beyond the cause of whatever it is you're feeling. Go beyond the cause.
Yeah. It's really good advice, even if we're not, with Shri Mataji in person. Just how do we keep that connection in what we do, and how do we go beyond? And it's so lovely. Thank you for sharing.
Pleasure.
Julia, I have a story that took place in that same elevator,
Okay, great. Let's hear it.
which was actually right across from Carnegie Hall, where Shri Mataji stayed for about a month in New York City.
Wow.
And this was at the end of her stay. And you may have heard Shri Mataji talks about, I think we heard, this was in one of the talks recently that we played, that when anyone mentions the airport, everybody gets panicked. And so this was a situation where it was time to go to the airport. And the people who were going to take her had to take the car to Queens to pick some things up. They weren't there, and it was getting late. So I was there in the apartment with her and about 3 or 4 other ladies. And all things were happening. A lot of last minute things had to be taken care of, but actually we were doing pretty well. But her husband's, her CP, was a wreck, and kept saying, "Oh, the airport, we're going to be late." I mean, no. But Shri Mataji the whole time was completely relaxed, unfazed. So time came, finally they arrived. All the suitcases went out into the elevator, and it's a small elevator, if you remember, Chris. It was a small elevator, so but
It
they
is,
put
yes.
yes, they were like, her suitcases plus her husband and some yogis. Anyway, when I was ready, there was no space for me, so that was clear, and so the doors closed. But I saw Shri Mataji. She looked at me, and there was this look of just gleeful enjoyment on her face, because everybody was all upset. And I was so just happy to be there with her. And so I just smiled, this huge smile. It was this incredible, joyful feeling. And then the doors closed. And then I thought, okay, I can run downstairs and I can meet them at the bottom of the stairs. It was 3 floors up. So I ran down the stairs and I got there in time before the doors opened. And there I was in the same position, smiling. And when I opened the door, she was just beaming at me. It was such a moment that I just, like a joke between us, that, here we were enjoying, everybody else was all upset, but we were totally enjoying the moment. So
That's so sweet. Like, just precious. She knew, right? She was beyond the time in some ways. In the speeches, Shri Mataji says that like time will move based on what is needed. And yeah, that's so true. What about, who else would like to share a story that they have? Yes, Heidi.
I can, okay. Well, I had a great day trying to remember different times, and what Chris said about when you remember your good moments, how it really can overcome any other feeling that you have. And I just wanted to share, like at the beginning, I started Sahaja Yoga. I wasn't near anybody else who practiced Sahaja Yoga. And I had, as many people attending this program. I had some videos and I had a little booklet. My sister had given me a little introduction. And I really had a great experiences because I could meditate, and when I had a problem with work, I would just, meditate, and I would just look at Shri Mataji, and then I'd kind of ask the question, let go of the question, and then I would be like, okay, I'll do that, because I wasn't really prepared for the job that I had. But then when I went to, my sister said, would you like to come to New York and see Shri Mataji, right? I was like, whoa, yeah, of course. So at that time, when you went up, if you were new, you could go up and Shri Mataji would address you in some way. And she put her hand on my Sahasrara. And I was just at a completely new level of, I think they say indescribable bliss. Like it was just, and it's like you're aware, but somewhere above, and just, it's just a feeling that you hear people describe in poems and things. And I feel like that was just brought my awareness that meditation is much more. And just to pursue that, because that's possible. And after that, it requires some work to be able to achieve that. But the other word that came to my mind just to continue is unexpected, because after that, the meditation journey becomes a little unexpected, which is wonderful, because Shri Mataji wasn't like one way as far as so many times things were unexpected. And I just was laughing because the little quip, the excerpt they played today, here Shri Mataji says, if you have trouble with the society, just get out of it into your Sahasrara. And it's just like, who else? That's so unique, so original. And just listening to everything she says always puts you in another place. And it's never like our expectations are down here. And so everything that we hear and follow, the adventure of Sahaja Yoga is really wonderful. So everyone who's new, we look forward to meeting you and having adventures in this journey.
Yeah, it reminded me of my story, Auntie Heidi, because my mom, she's been in Sahaj for my whole life. So we grew up meditating. So anyone who's new and who has kids, it is something that is really, really enriching for children also. And you'd be surprised how silent they become instantly. They don't have to work so hard. So when I was a little girl, I got these headaches a lot, and I had a bump on the top of my head. And every day after school, I'd come home, and I was young. I was in kindergarten, first grade, and I would always have these terrible headaches. And one of the ladies who also practiced this meditation, it was at an airport in Toronto. And I don't remember if Shri Mataji was arriving or leaving. But this one lady, she took me to Shri Mataji, and she explained that, this young girl has these headaches. And so they brought me to sit next to Shri Mataji, and she also put her hand on the top of my head. And, like you were saying, that state of just going beyond, I honestly have no idea if it was 10 minutes, if it was a half hour, if it was the time just stopped, and it was this infinite silence. And it's hard to imagine, right, if we think about it, because airports are so busy. But when she put her hand on the top of my head and she had me go into meditation, it was that state of going beyond. And for 10 minutes, she was working on that seventh energy center, the Sahasrara. And she told the lady when I was done, it's a good thing you brought this girl to me, because she had that growth could have developed into something more. And I remember that Shri Mataji told me, always, before you go to sleep, every night, massage the Sahasrara, the top of the head, 7 times, and ask, Mother, please come into my head. And, it's incredible because I was in such pain for such a long time. And from that day, I haven't had headache hardly at all. If I go out of balance, if I don't take care of myself, it can come back a little bit, but it's nothing like the severe migraines that used to be. And that lump, it actually reduced. So it's like it's not there anymore. And it's sort of how you were saying, the meditations afterwards, after you have these experiences, it takes more effort sometimes to go deeper. And that remaining spot, that remaining piece that's there, it's sort of the thing that I have to work out in my meditations. So anyways, that's just one story that I have from my childhood that it reminded me of what you were sharing. So maybe somebody else has something they'd like to share. Wendy or Mark?
I can tell a small story.
Great.
And our lives are made up of many small stories of spending time with Shri Mataji. When I was new in Sahaja Yoga, I had a lot of difficulties, a lot of problems. And at some point, I decided that I should really not be meditating with other people, that I had so many problems that I should just go away and stay clear of all the people that were probably noticing that I was not in good shape. So I had been away from other people and sort of just on my own. And what I discovered is that when I was sitting on my own with the photograph of Shri Mataji, that I wasn't really able to meditate, that I, in my particular case, needed the support of being with other people. So then I found out that Shri Mataji was coming to visit in my city of Vancouver, Canada. And of course, I wanted to see her because I had met her in India a year earlier. And so I came to the house where Shri Mataji was staying, and I was walking up the stairs to sort of a landing, and Shri Mataji was coming down the stairs to the same landing. And so she saw me and she said, sometimes people lose their vibrations. It's okay. Doesn't matter. And just these few words wiped out all my problems, that I can be with people, I can meditate with people, that whatever is going on with me, I'm going to be with other people and work it out somehow. And what she had done was completely reassure me that there was nothing specially wrong or unusually awful, or I was in some special category of it's never going to work out, why even try? Instead, she was saying, it's fine. So she taught me how to talk to people who, like me, are not feeling it, not, they're wondering about it, having the doubts, that you stick with it, because this is 1983, this happened, and you stick with it, and your own Kundalini will work it out.
Abhishek's shaking his head. You wanted to say something to that.
No, yeah, that's very nice. I think it's a nice message because we sometimes go through these kind of self-doubts, and yeah, I think I've been through some moments like that as well, and there was a time when I was so I haven't really personally met Shri Mataji. When I started meditating in India, my parents were meditating. I was just a kid. We used to go to these large gatherings in India. In India, there are so many people, tens of thousands, and so we never really got to be very close with her. But so my experiences with Shri Mataji have been in my meditations, and so there was a time when I was quite low, and also feeling not worthy in some ways. And at some point, I asked the question in my meditation, Shri Mataji, do you love me? And because I thought that I wasn't, I was going through all this phase of self-doubt. And the instant I asked that question, all this relaxation started settling into me, and my attention went high, and I got into a very deep state of meditation, which really took away all of those doubts that I was having about myself, and so that was a very nice experience for me, even though it wasn't personal. It was something that I experienced.
I mean, it is true. The capacity to have that experience or relationship, that's part of what keeps us meditating, even if Shri Mataji's passed on. And that's why this energy is living and growing and infinite. And I think everyone can relate, finding that state. So thank you for sharing. It's so lovely.
So,
Wendy?
yeah, so that was the thing about Shri Mataji, is that she worked tirelessly, endlessly for so many people. She spent time with each of us, and at our hardest times even, or she was the complete example of love and compassion, and she loved us like a mother loves a child, and she fought for us. It's like the thing about Shimaji was she was so high, like she created around her this environment of vibrations and this feeling of like everything was better when she was there, like everything smelled better, everything looked brighter. And she got down in the trenches with us and lifted us up. You know, she did that for all of us, and she did that for me. And when I came to Sahaj, I was extremely damaged. I was only 21 years old, thank God. So I've been working it out. But I came to Sahaj on my knees, and pretty much my desire to help others comes from watching what she did for me, and like so many other people. And she would do this thing, which she only did with me because I don't know why, where she would clear the room. It was very rare that you were alone with Shri Mataji. And she would make everyone leave, including Sir CP, her husband. And she'd have me come in, and then she would just sit and hold my hand and tell me, don't give up. It's all going to work out. It takes a long time for some things to work out. And my problem was a Mooladhara problem. And she said, that's the hardest, that's the longest. But what you're going to make it, and everything is going to be so beautiful for you. And she did it over and over again, like quite a few times, you know. And at the time I wondered to myself, like, gosh, there must be more people out there like me, right? There must be a lot of Wendy's out there that have these same issues. And the beauty of it is that now that it took quite a long time, but now that I'm better, so much better, like I can help other people. And that's the beauty of like passing it on, you know, of like having had the perfect example of a selfless person who did nothing but help others. And here is our opportunity now with everyone in this course, for example, but just anyone we meet, you know, to share that love and pass it on.
That's so beautiful and so true. That is the inspiration and encouragement, that we can get so much and share it and have that connection entirely. Thank you for sharing, Wendy. That was lovely. Would anyone else like to share any other experiences or stories or inspirations or words of wisdom?
Well, the kind of fun thing, if we have time, is Shri Mataji used to send people to Disney World in Florida, and I lived in Florida, so I got to host them. And one time, and it was just, I'm really, like Chris was talking about, I'm really bad. I never could do a roller coaster. I could never do anything like that. But Shri Mataji had sent these people, and you could feel she had attention on us being at Disney World. And for some reason, I got on this ride that it goes up and then it goes like this. It was, I think it's called a rocket or something. I can't remember, but it was like not my thing. But it was very interesting because when I experienced it, I went around, I went on the ride and nothing moved, like nothing moved. I was just like still, and the picture was moving around me, but I felt completely still. And I just felt like that was an example. It was very unusual. It happened to me once. I could feel that it was somehow, you know, an opportunity to feel what's possible in the Nabhi, you know, and just such a fun thing. It was such a lovely day at Disney World. So just a funny.
It sounds like a dream.
You're probably not a roller coaster girl either.
Yeah, I would be happy to go on one.
Oh,
but it would be just what was needed, right, to help us grow deeper and go stronger. And that's so funny that she sent them to you.
well, it's just examples of, we have these moments, like Chris was saying, where you really have a unique good experience. And then when you put your attention on again, it kind of helps you get back there.
Yeah. Lovely. Any other words of wisdom to share? Anyone?
I have a quick story about somebody else. Oh, sorry, Linda.
Go ahead, please.
It was someone who was new to Sahaja Yoga, George Dali, and he was coming to the meetings, and we were meeting, I don't know, in Pune, somewhere like that, and we were living in Cheltenham Road. There was an ashram there, and at the meeting, he overheard some people saying, does anyone want to live back to Cheltenham Road? And he just moved into an apartment about 3 doors down from the house we were all living in. But he was still a little not sure of everything. He was quite new. And he came with a story one day. He said, I went to the local corner shop in there, and they had this kind of fortune wheel in there behind the counter or something with the thing, and everyone had to spin the wheel. And he said, and I went to do it, and I spun it, and it came on, and it came to the place and says, "She loves you." And the shop owner said, "Probably means your mother." I should know.
That's very
Talking
lovely.
about the mother Kundalini.
Yeah. So sweet, so special. And Linda, you had a story you wanted to share? Or
Yeah, I
words?
just wanted to talk a little bit about sort of Shri Mataji's scope. I mean, it's really impossible to characterize, but that she traveled all over the world. She knew every single person who was practicing Sahaja Yoga by name and would call us by name. And she, in every country, she was different, and she knew what the problems were there, and she would focus on solving the problems, whether political problems, social problems, economic, any kind of course, spiritual challenges of that country, and would completely tailor how she approached everyone to what that country was needing to change and to transform. And she was that transformative power when she went, and things would happen. Like in Russia, she was there during the coup, with Gorbachev. And one time, my own personal experience was she put her attention on the Swiss banks, which she saw as really a very essential element of international financial corruption. And because they were so secret, and she was always, she spoke openly about it against them, and that they were secret, and they were how, money laundering was happening by very bad people all over the world, causing, so basically, I could go on a lot about this, but basically there was a moment when there was an opportunity. The Jews who'd been in the Holocaust and had had Swiss bank accounts were looking to get their money out. And so there was a senator from New York who was looking into it and being very vocal about it. And so it was a way. So this was one time she called me. We were in San Diego at the time. And I spoke to her for an hour on the phone, which was like some incredible experience, an hour. And she talked about it. And she asked us to move to New York in order to meet the senator and try to do something about it. So we moved. And it was, the more I put attention on it in this process, because she was using me as a instrument for this. I have a Jewish background, and she felt that I would then be able to kind of somehow relate. So just we all put attention on it, and the more I put attention, I realized how pervasive this problem is in terms of how evil gets supported all over the world. And soon after that, we weren't able to really do too much real about it, but actually it worked out. And those Holocaust survivors were able to get access to their secret closed accounts. And it was the beginning of banks all over the world, including especially in America, but other places too. They put pressure on the Swiss banks to open the accounts, and so it really was a moment, and it was I think a great example of how she had her attention on worldwide problems, and she asked us to help, and in whatever small ways we could, we tried. So it was always unexpected how she would call on us to do things, but and I think we all managed somehow to do a lot of things we never expected to do. I mean, she always asked me to do finance, which I had no training in, but I was asked to do the accounts for big events, and okay, I figured out how to do them. So yeah,
It's true, like you're saying, tapping into this connection and this power, because the Kundalini is so powerful. And when we take it not just for our own problems, but direct our attention to solving or putting this love towards these worldwide problems, there are so many, especially, I mean, in every era, especially now. And we have that capacity even without Shri Mataji on earth now. We can do that by giving vibrations, or in our meditation, we can put our attention in our heart and ask this power, this Kundalini, to help work on whether it's a political problem or any war, or, I mean, we won't go into all of the issues going on, but what you're saying is so true. Like, it really is this strength of this power inside this Kundalini that helps work things out in ways we can't imagine. And so even for those of us who are new, you have that capacity inside. And we have mentors, like Heidi was saying, who are so happy and thrilled to help you tap into that more and more. And hopefully within this 21 days course, we can go deeper and deeper into that connection. So last chance for any other words of wisdom.
Well, with what you were saying, it's also good to know for people who are new to Sahaja Yoga, when you're watching the news or something and you just feel saddened or just helpless with what's happening and feel really bad for people, you can give them a bandan, which means you are actually helping. So that always makes me feel better. If I see something on the news that's kind of really shocking, I'll give a bandan, because I know just my bandan is going to help, because we're all going to do it. So I just, encourage everyone to use this power of bandan for solving problems, because the more you do it, the better you get at it.
Yeah, and you can feel it grow stronger. Like, you can feel when you give the vibrations, the bandan, to a specific problem. You can feel whether it's cool or if there's heat, and you can have that tangible experience. So very true, very wise. So that's our homework until the next session. Everyone, in your meditation, at the end, you can write 1 or 2 things on your hand, and then in a clockwise rotation, give it the bandan, give it that circular motion where we're asking the energy to please remove any obstacles or any problems with what's written on the hand. And then we let it go. And we just see, what do we feel? Do we feel that silence? Do we feel settled and peaceful? So thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you to all of you for sharing your wonderful experiences. We hope you had such a great session with us and a nice meditation. So we hope to see you on Sunday, and we'll sign off. But have a wonderful rest of your day, and we wish you all the best.